I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. What is your thoughts? It was reported early this morning that Mitch McConnell was the one who said that he thought that Donald Trump was guilty. And Mitch McConnell has a lot of sway and a lot of respect within the Republican Party. And then he flip flopped this morning and said, "Oh, I'm going to acquit him." And then, according to the article that I was reading, he's claiming that he flip flopped his decision because of some procedures that he didn't like. What is your thoughts about this acquittal of Donald Trump?
I'm not surprised. I mean, we were just talking about this
Yeah,
yesterday. They weren't gonna do that. I mean, as soon as we were talking about that towards the end of the broadcast yesterday, that well, during the broadcast, that they're not gonna do that. I'm not surprised. Now, what is he? Now he's saying that, oh, we haven't seen anything yet, so
yeah,
it's just
that's what.
more it's just more shenanigans.
Right. Donald Trump got the words to show you he's arrogant and narcissistic all the way to the top. He said today that people haven't seen anything yet. That his "Make America Great Again" strategy is just getting revved up.
Yeah,
But
it's ridiculous.
I still think that he's going to jail. I didn't realize that he was involved in scamming money from a charity that he had set up through his son to give as a nonprofit to give charity and money to kids suffering with cancer. And to come to find out, he was ciphering money out of that charity into his businesses. And this was reported in Forbes in 2017. The man is a crook.
Oh my.
This,
Yeah.
this this is the type of individual that they just acquitted today. This is the type of individual that everybody says they like. And this kind of individual takes from kids, you, a charity for children. And the thing that's crazy about it is when you have charities like that, you get a big time tax write off. He can write it off on his taxes, but no, Donald Trump and his son, they got to go putting their hands in the cookie jar. I mean, and I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's one of the reasons why his son is being investigated and may be brought under criminal charges himself because of the finagling of this nonprofit with his golf course tournament that he was doing, this invitational that they had, where they were bringing in the money that's supposed to go to kids suffering from cancer.
It's a shame. It just keeps getting worse. Um, who knows what else might come out? It's terrible. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm.
Well,
Yeah.
he said Donald Trump. Like I said before, the man is Teflon Don. No matter what he does, nothing sticks to him. He's Teflon Don. And I think Michael Corlin, the guy Michael Core, he said that Donald Trump is like a mafia boss. That's how he operates. Raw B says if he reported it, it's not stolen. You can allocate months. You can allocate money from corporations to nonprofits under certain conditions. That's true, but according to Forbes, they're saying that he was somehow taking money that was specifically supposed to go to the charity and he was skimming off the top. And according to the article that I read this just yesterday, it's true. New York is looking at indicting his son, and they're looking at Donald Trump for tax invasion. Do you think, because Trump has been getting away with everything as it relates to politics, do you think now that he's no longer president, that he might not be able to get away from these legal problems that he has coming his way?
Well, he might be having a a streak of good luck, but eventually that will end. It just it's just interesting how whenever you play that clip, we will make America great again. I just like, wow, this is the same. Wow. I'm like, really? I'm just anxious to know what else has been going on behind the curtain. This is almost like a classic Wizard of Oz. Don't
Right.
don't don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right.
It's just
We
terrible.
will make America great again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah. And people like this guy right here are the ones that Donald Trump attracts these type of ilk of people.
I sat my flag down. I sat down here at my desk. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a patriot. Her desk belonged to her, that desk, and she ain't appreciating the desk. So I thought I'd sit down and appreciate the desk. I threw my feet up on the desk.
Oh yeah.
He attracts those type of ilk of people. Very obvious. And so there it is. I mean, look. At the end of the day, we got to live our lives. We got to take care of ourselves, no matter what they're gonna do or not do. But I just think this is the reason why I have a problem with it. When you see black men and black women who are killed in the streets by police officers, mistreated and mishandled, and this man does what he does to the nation, as they want to say, because he's the president, and he's able to get away with it. The man is just I don't understand. Let me ask you this question. Why do you think that people are so loyal to Donald Trump? Now, we already know that politicians, they need that 70 million voter block that he has. I get that. But outside of that, why are these people so loyal to Donald Trump? Does Donald Trump have vanilla folders with photographs of some of these politicians and some of these people in some very unusual positions? I mean, does he got vanilla folders on him? Like, J. Edgar Hoover or something? I mean, my God.
Uh, you know, Unfortunately, we're living in a society. I know some people, well, certain people, they want to be, a part of something that is bigger than themselves, and then some people, they often look for a leader to, well, lead them. And unfortunately, for some of them, this was uh the person. I mean, it really is a shame. Uh, but that's how it is. Some people are like that. They have to, or some people are just they're very easily influenced. I guess if that's the word is if that's the correct verbiage. Me myself, I mean, I just I've been one of those people who just question everything. Even when people come to my channel, I tell them it's not about you agreeing with everything that I say. You just go ahead and do your own research and think for yourself. For some
Right.
people, they don't research, they don't think. I mean, literally, there are people who take whatever he says as like the gospel's truth. I
Right,
mean,
but,
they
but
take it to that heart, to that level, and I'm like, well, is it really that serious? Well,
mm-hmm.
it's because, well, Trump said it, so I believe it. And I'm like, wow, okay.
I just often wonder, does he have photographs with them with women or other men, or does he have photograph with them with sheep and cows and things of that nature? I
I
mean,
really don't know. I don't
well,
know if he
because
has files or anything, or
well,
yeah.
the reason why I asked that is because J. Edgar Hoover, when he was running the FBI, that was one of the reasons why he had so much influence and sway over people, because he had files on everybody. So
Oh
it just
yeah.
makes me wonder. Okay, maybe Trump has files on people that we don't know about, so therefore they're willing to capitulate to him. I don't know.
Um,
I've never in my lifetime, as 51-year-old man, I've never in my lifetime seen anything like this in my life, where you have a president who breaks all the rules, pushes all the envelopes, and he gets away with it.
I'm not surprised. I know. I remember something I said a few months back as 2020 was coming to an end. I said, more stuff will be exposed. And wow, look what's happening in
Right,
2021. Just
right,
and it's going to continue to happen. This whole decade, we're going to be seeing stuff that is going to boggle the mind. Just like you showed that guy
right,
hold his
right,
grabbing his head. Yeah, this is just
right.
the beginning. He even said, "Oh, it's just the beginning." Oh, so who knows what other tricks and things he has in his bag, his trick bag over there. I don't
Well,
know.
I think Donald Trump in his pimp bag. I think Donald Trump's pimp bag is to run for president again, right?
Oh, he probably will in 2024, or his daughter. Oh, it'll be somebody. You might even see his son up there. You never know. I don't know,
Well,
but
wait a minute.
something's gonna be going down.
Well, wait a minute though. Back to the basics. Don't laugh at that because I have heard Donald Trump make mention that maybe his daughter could run for president, and if that was to happen, she would be running against potentially Kamala Harris. And if that was potentially to happen, you do realize that all 70 million of Donald Trump's supporters would put their support right behind Donald Trump's daughter if Donald Trump said, support my daughter.
Hmm. Well, here's the thing, information man. I hate to have to say this, but Vice President Kamala Harris wouldn't be any better. All you have to do is look at her record in California. So,
Well, she doing the well. This is where Kamala Harris has a hard time carrying a state. If you look at her in the primary against Joe Biden, she was unable to carry California. She didn't carry California. She couldn't carry it.
uh-huh.
Matter of fact, when you look at the votes, Joe Biden got basically the same voting from the black community that Hillary Clinton got before him.
Hmm.
So Kamala Harris didn't really move the needle. When you talk about, well, what about Asian Americans who identified her with her, like East Indians? She didn't move the needle with even them. So the question
Yeah.
is, can she run in a national election against Donald Trump's, for example, Donald Trump's daughter, if she runs, with the backing of Donald Trump's Make America Great Again brigade out there? Does Kamala Harris have the cachet to galvanize the country like that? When she struggled during the primary and she faded off, and she talked about not having enough money. Remember
Mm.
that? And how many donors out there are going to be willing to bet their horses economically on Kamala Harris
Well,
when they didn't put their horses in her buggy when she ran for the primary against Joe Biden? Now I must tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
yeah, tell the truth because I remember the South Carolina debate and I saw who made the debate and who did not, and she was nowhere to be seen. Even Andrew Yang, even though he was on his last leg, he
Right.
even made the podium. He even made it to South Carolina, and then after that, he dropped off. So yeah, I definitely understand what it is that you're saying. But I'm watching her, and like I said, I've also have seen all these executive
Right.
orders, and I see that let me see, if you're LGBTQP and if you're Asian or immigrant, oh, you're doing just fine. As far as black people, haven't seen anything. So
Well, well,
that's where I'm at with her, and it's no offense to her as a person, but I look at
yeah.
people's record. You know, her record in California says enough to me. So
Right.
which is
Right.
why I did not vote for her. That's why I was not one of the 90, what is it, 93% of black women who voted for the Democratic ticket. In fact, I
Yeah.
didn't vote for Trump either. So,
Let me say this to you and to the 120 people that are watching and listening.
hmm
We gotta get out of our we gotta get out of emotions in our we gotta take emotions out of our politics. What do I mean by that? We gotta stop voting for people just because they make us feel good and because of the symbolism.
right.
You gotta vote for people based on issues. And I know a lot of people were very emotional about Kamala Harris because of her being a woman that's black, Indian, whatever you want to call it. People got
hmm
caught up in their emotions, but emotions don't pay the bills, baby. Emotions don't take care of the policies, because we see that ever since Biden's been in office, he still has not paid his debt to the black community. The black community of South Carolina that put him over the top in the primary, the black community of 93 black women that voted for him, right? The 86% of black males that voted for him, while white women in this country voted around 56%, somewhere in there, 55% to 56% for Trump. And then there was probably like something like 30, maybe 40 something voted for Trump. 43% somewhere in there voted for Trump. In terms of, matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. What did I do with my,
Your chart.
yeah, I don't have it. I forgot it. I took it off my system. But what I'm saying is the majority of white America who were supporting Trump, white men voted for Trump at damn near 60%. Okay. Trump only got 12% of the black vote. 12% this time around. He got 8% the first time around. So black people did not buy into Trump the first time, and we did not buy into him the second time. And don't be fooled by your black conservatives or your black people that you see on social media talking Trump up with all of this. Well, he made more black folks employed than any ever in the lifetime.
Sure, he did.
What does all that mean when a lot of people have lost their jobs under COVID? And now we're finding out that when Biden came into office, that Donald Trump lied. He lied about how much vaccine we had. He lied about the organization behind getting things back in order. He had no organizational structure for bringing kids back to school. He lied about everything. He lied.
Tell the truth.
Well, that's what they do. I'm not surprised. Yeah, not surprised. And then President Biden now, you know what he's gonna use that same old thing. Well, I inherited a mess, and
Right.
I had a lot, so I couldn't keep all of my promises, and da, 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 da. Nobody wants to hear that. You literally ran like Trump was the worst thing, and that you were gonna come in, and you and you and VP Kamala were just gonna come in and just change the whole world. Yeah,
Right.
post racial society and all. Yes, we're just gonna be this beautiful rainbow coalition, and everything's gonna be beautiful once again. It never was. So.
Well, this is the thing. A lot. I think that over the coming years, there's going to be some struggle. And the reason
mm,
why I believe this is because the corporations have now realized that they don't really need a lot of people to make their profits. They're learning
yeah.
that COVID-19 has proven to big business that, hell, we can still make a pretty good profit without hiring these humanoids,
Mm,
these human species walking around with toes and legs and eyeballs. We don't really need humanoids anymore. What we need is machines, robots, and we need um, cheap labor from other countries. We don't need Americans anymore. So therefore, a lot of people are going to be very upset when we do come, if we ever come out of COVID and they say, oh, I'm going to get my job back, and they're going to find out they're not going to get their job back because the company realizes we don't need the headache of hiring an American. Americans are going to demand more money. They're going to demand a pension. They're going to have so many demands. Oh, I don't need to bother with it. Let's just cut the workforce in half and let's replace their ass with a robot. And that's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Well, anyway, go ahead. You were going to say something.
That could have been the plan all along, though. So I mean, whenever I sit back and I watch the unfolding of this ball of confusion,
Right,
this
right.
messery, I'm not surprised, not one bit. I find it interesting that I thought for sure once the world population hit 7 billion that something was going to happen. But time we crossed that 8 billion mark, oh my gosh, here comes COVID-19 and everything else. So and plus
Right.
it was a presidential year, so no, I'm not really surprised. Probably in 2024. Unfortunately, it'll be something kicking off around that time, around about 2023, 2024 is going to be something else. This has happened. It happens just like clockwork. These people.
Right. Let me say shout out to brother Kendrick in there. Raw B is still in there as well, doing her thing. And then we have someone else in there. I can't make out the name. Nikki, I think it's Nikki C. That's in the house. Thank
Oh,
you for
good.
being.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. I think these people came over because you got attached to my to my channel. But this is what I'm gonna do. Back to the basics. I'm probably gonna end the broadcast now. We got 130 people watching. Peace to you out there, all of you out there in the social media sphere. I'm probably gonna end this and eat a little bit of food and relax a little bit, and maybe I'll come back on later on tonight for some late night talk if you're still around. Might do some late night talk again. I think last night was actually a good. Last night was pretty good.
It was
Yeah,
crazy.
we had it. We had it popping over here last night.
It started off, yeah, we were a little over, what was it, 100, and then I think by the end of the stream, we were like over 300 people. It was
Yeah, yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. We had it popping last night.
Yeah.
So I'll see how I feel. I'm gonna get some food, probably watch a movie or something, and then maybe later on, late tonight, I'll come back on. As far as my YouTube channel, I was supposed to interview on Saturday, today, of
Uh-huh.
course, African Esquire. She's got a new book that she's put out. And
Oh,
I
okay.
sent her a message. She's a YouTuber, very well known. I'm gonna be interviewing her probably next Saturday, and then I've got the Radical Sister.
Oh, that's gonna be a
Oh
treat.
yeah, oh yeah. I've got the Radical Sister coming next week. So I got this. I got a back-to-back powerful packed show for you all. I got the Radicals. I got African Esquire on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I'm coming with the Radical Sister. So you're getting a double feature, a double pack for the weekend. So that's next weekend.
Wow.
I'm coming with some strong content creators next week, and that'll be on YouTube. I'm not gonna probably broadcast that out of Haps. That will be broadcast directly out of my YouTube channel, The Information Man Show. And then what I'll do is it's gonna be streamed off of StreamYards. I'll save the video and I'll upload it into Haps afterwards, so that
Now,
people over here who don't quite follow me on the YouTube yet can see the interviews. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So that's going to
that's
be
great.
exciting next. That's going to be exciting next week to interview those two ladies, and we'll go from there. Um, I
That
may,
sounds great.
yeah,
Yeah.
now if I go late, this is what I may do. If I go late night tonight, because I'm trying to push more content more frequently on the second channel, then I'll probably stream through apps into the second channel and fire up the second channel with everything else on the social media. If I go late night, I'll do that. I'll bring in the second YouTube channel as well. So that sounds like that might be the thing to do tonight. I'll see what's going on. Everybody out there, thank you for coming over and supporting the program. All of you out there that's listening, thank you very much. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on, what's the other one? Let's see, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, and all that good stuff out there. Wherever you are in the world, thank you. Check me out later on tonight. I may come back live, late night talk tonight, and I will fire up the second YouTube channel into Haps and fire it all off. So fantastic. It's a great app. Bringing all your social media followers all into one is a great way to stream, I think. Great way to stream. So peace to you all out there. Back to the basics. You have a good rest of your day. What's on the docket for you? You just going to kick back at home, or what's going on with the weather out there where you are?
Oh, it is cold here. After we got that ice on Wednesday into Thursday, it's been cold. I went out and about. I went to the gym, did what I had to do, and then I ran a few errands, and then I was just relaxing, and then you went live.
Okay. And you're down there in West Kentucky, is that right?
Oh, I'm in Southern Kentucky, so I'm actually I'm on Fort Campbell. Yeah, I'm on Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I'm on the
So,
military installation.
oh, you're down there where Mitch McConnell, the one that
Yeah, oh yeah,
flip
that one.
flop, the
Yeah,
one that
that one.
yeah, you down there with Mitch McConnell, the flip flopping senator. You're down there in
Yeah,
West Kentucky, where the South shall rise.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, I watched him, and then I also watched the coverage through Al Jazeera, and of course Nancy Pelosi. You know, she had to make her appearance. I'm just me personally. This is just my personal opinion. I'm just tired of all these politicians,
Oh,
particularly hit like Lindsey Graham, like Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi. It's just like, can y'all just retire and go
yeah,
away? Just go away. Go retire. Go golf, or go, I don't know, go buy a boat and go fish or something. Just leave. No, I mean, retired. I'm tired of seeing them personally. It's the
no,
same
no,
people.
no. I agree with everything that you just said. I'm tired of looking at Nancy Pelosi. Let me
Goodness.
see. Who else am I tired of looking at? I'm tired of looking at Chuck Humor, or whatever the hell his name
Ugh.
is. Schumer. I'm tired of his
Yeah.
face. I'm tired of Mitch McConnell's face.
Hmm.
Okay, I gotta be honest. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at all these people, whether it be Republicans or Democrats. I'm tired of looking at all their faces. It's time for some new blood. It's time for some new people. Time to get some young, fresh minds up there. I know there's a couple of people like AOC. She's new. There's a few progressives up there that are young. But it's time to get rid of some of these folks. They've been sitting up there for years like stale bread, talking the same thing.
Over and
And,
over.
and you know what? Here now, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
say it.
Uh-oh.
I don't like Donald Trump, but I have to admit, when Donald Trump was debating with Joe Biden, he did make a good point. He said, "Joe, you've been in government for 40 years, Joe. You haven't done anything, Joe. Joe, you've been in government for 40 years, Joe. What have you done, Joe?"
You know, it's so funny. I remember what he told him. He said, "You're the reason I ran, Joe." I said, "Oh, we had to go there." He's been in politics for what, 47 years? But yet they're like, "Oh, he's new." I'm like, there's nothing new about somebody who's been around for that long. That long. And then everybody was out there dancing. I mean, so many people were out there dancing in the street, and I just looked at that, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I got so frustrated. I think I just literally just had to just restart my whole laptop because I didn't even want to see. I didn't even want to see that. I'm like, you guys, I can't believe y'all out there dancing in the street. Oh, Uncle Joe, yeah, he wasn't Uncle Joe whenever he was on that Zoom call. talking to those our so-called, what is it, black leaders or whatever you want to call them. But it is what
Yeah.
it is. That was just, yeah.
But I thought that as much as I'm not a big fan of Trump. I thought that that was a very valid point. That if you've been in office for 40, 30 years and you're saying that you're going to do all this stuff, then why weren't you doing it all those years that you were in office? Why weren't you making it happen when it was time to make it happen? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, yeah, with that one, it's just gonna be business as usual. I will we'll just see what the rest of the year, what the next few years will look like. But I mean, it's pretty much not going to be too much different. I know there were some people who voted for Trump. Me personally, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't vote for neither. I'm a registered independent in Ohio. It's a shame that not all 50 states you can register as an independent and vote, however you want to. But yeah, I sure did. I wrote myself in that VP spot, and then I wrote somebody else in the president spot, and then I kept right on going. I'm like, I didn't vote for neither one of them. So I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, some people were like, well, they act like those were the
Yes,
only
we
two
can.
options.
Yes,
No,
we
you
can.
didn't. No, I didn't. No, I wouldn't dare write
Yes,
him
we
in
can.
the. I would dare write him in the box.
Yes, we
No,
can.
yeah, that one. That's another one. That's legacy is just looking real weak when it comes to black people. But anyway, that's a whole other broadcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't write him in there. No, I didn't. And like I said, I voted. The sad part about that, I voted for him twice, and I mean, look what that got us. Nothing. So, and then in 2016, I changed up and voted for somebody else. You know.
Well, before I get ready to go back to the basics, let me say this. I think our political system in this country is so broken,
Yeah.
it's so corrupt because of money that it does not really matter who the individual is, whether it be Obama, Biden, Joe, any of these jokers, Trump, because the political system has been brought and sold by the corporations. Politicians need thousands and millions of dollars, billions of dollars to get elected. And they get where do their donors come from? They're from
Mm.
corporations. They're in bed with the banks. They're in bed with big business. It doesn't matter if it's Trump. It doesn't matter if it's any of these people. They all have to kiss the ring of big business. So what's wrong with our political system is they got to take money out of it, and you got to get some term limits on these suckers. And as long as you've got money all up in it, as long as a corporation can give a politician millions of dollars and you give him $50 and $100, well, when he gets elected, who do you think he's going to listen to? The company that gave him $1 million, or back to the bases that gave him a funky $50 check? And you think that Joe Biden or Trump or any of these people are going to say, well, wait a minute, Joe Biden. Oh, wait, let me see. The phone is ringing. Wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see here. How can I do this? Okay. The bell of the phone is ringing, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh,
Someone's calling. Yes. Well, the corporation, sir. Yes. What corporation? Well, Walmart Corporation
oh no.
gave you about $20 million in your elective campaign, sir. And yes, they want to talk to you about making sure that they get their needs met. Okay, yes. And back to the bases is calling. She's calling too. How much did Back to the Basics donate? Well, she's a modest young lady from West Kentucky. The South should rise again. Okay, and how much did she give? Well, she donated $50 to your campaign. Okay,
Well,
Back to the Basics gave me $50, and Walmart gave me $20 million. Um, it's a no-brainer. I
looks
think
like
I I need to talk to Walmart first and tell tell back to the basics that don't call us, we'll call her.
Exactly. I would be getting that dial tone. Be like, dee. Look, dang. You mean he hung up on me? Oh, okay.
But that's how they treat us. They
Yeah.
treat us like a stepchild. So that's what's wrong with politics. You've got money, which corrupts it, and then you got you got a system where there needs to be more term limits. If every political candidate had the same budget of money to run on, you could equalize everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because for like I said before, Kamala Harris dropped out of the Democratic primary, and she admitted it herself because why? She had no more money. She said, I'm not rich. And obviously, there were no corporations to come running to Kamala Harris to say, hey, we'll flip the bill for you. Why? Because they didn't believe that she could win an election by herself. So here comes Joe Biden, damn near senile, right? Matter of fact, let me show y'all something before I end the broadcast tonight. Let me show y'all
Oh
something.
my goodness.
Let me
That one
upload something. Go ahead and talk. Let me upload something while you
that
talking.
that one video, I mean, he could barely read off the teleprompter. I said, "Oh my gosh. Are you serious?" I said, "We got okay." I'm like, I said, "But this is who y'all want to vote for the president of the United States." I said, "Wow." Ooh, tell me we
Okay,
can do
well,
better than this.
okay. So
Okay.
check this. Check out what I'm gonna play for you all right now. Joe Biden was talking about because a lot of these politicians are using a buzzword called racial justice. So Joe
Oh.
Biden is talking about racial justice, and he's talking about shutting down federal prisons and private prisons. But did you all know that the majority of people, specifically African Americans, are not in federal prison? A lot of more of us are in what? When he talks about racial justice, more of us are in state prisons. And when he wrote those executive orders, none of those executive orders said, let's free people that's in federal prisons. Let's free people that are in private prisons that are there under wrongful conviction. You didn't see that. All you saw was, okay, we're not going to use these prisons anymore. But there was no talk about prison reform in terms of how these prisons are operating or nothing. So Joe Biden got up there and he said a bunch of stuff that sound good, it feels good, but it didn't cook the beans and rice for me when he said it. And then on top of that, when he went over there to sign his little executive orders, the man couldn't even remember where his pit. This is the most powerful man in the world, and he couldn't remember where he
Uh-oh.
put his pen. And there were pens on the table, and he was still looking for a pen in his pocket. I mean, he was looking like your old uncle at the barber shop. Watch this.
Oh.
Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
It cost every American, not just who felt the sting of racial injustice. We are not just a nation of morally deprived because of systemic racism. We're also less prosperous. We're less successful. We're less secure. So we must change. And I know it's going to take time, but I know we can do it. And I firmly believe the nation is ready to change. But government has to change as well. We need to make equity and justice part of what we do every day. Today, tomorrow, and every day. I'm going to sign these executive actions to continue the work to make real the promise of America for every American. Again, I'm not promising we can end it tomorrow, but I promise you we're going to continue to make progress to eliminate systemic racism, and every branch of the White House and the federal government is going to be part of that effort. Thank you.
Now watch. Now look at him. He's looking for his, and And the pins are on the table. The pins are on the table.
His first executive order is a memorandum for the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development to redress our nation's and the federal government's history of discriminatory housing practices and policies.
Let me go get my pen.
Next executive order is reforming the incarceration system by eliminating the use of privately operated criminal detention facilities.
It's not reformed, though.
Third executive order is a memorandum for the heads of executive departments and agencies. Private consultation and strengthening nation-to-nation relationships.
Where is the executive order for black folks?
And the last executive order is condemning and combating racism, xenophobia, and intolerance against Asian Americans.
Asian
and
Americans.
Pacific Islanders of the United
Oh,
States.
What about
Asians.
black folks? What about black folks? No.
I bet you Andrew Yang was real excited about that one.
I think the country's ready, and I know this administration is ready. Thank
Please,
you.
please, please.
You.
All right. Let me stop it there. Right. Let me just say something. Let me say something real quick. This is very important.
Uh-oh,
Okay.
here we go.
The reason why he signed executive orders as it relates to Asian people, because remember during the COVID situation, a lot of people of Asian ancestry were being impacted because people were thinking that, okay, Asian people have COVID, right? And Pacific Islanders. So he signed something specifically that was dealing with combating the situation that they were experiencing, right? And then he said, we're gonna do away with the whole prison situation. Well, he signed the executive order to neutralize private prisons, but it did not really hit in the area where most of the people that fall under racial justice are really hurting, and that's in state prisons. So he hasn't really addressed a prison system, which he signed a 1994 crime bill that got a lot of people that he's now talking racial justice about in the system, right? So he said, as you can see, he was having a hard time finding his writing instrument. He thought he had it in his inside of his suit. Then he looked in his pants, but the whole time the pens were on the table. So Joe Biden, no, I'm being honest here. Joe Biden does have some deficits. There are some deficits. He's a 70-something-year-old man. I've worked in geriatrics before. He's got legitimate issues. Even Ronald Reagan had legitimate issues, especially in his second term, right? So what he did is, I'm saying to myself, okay, Joe Biden, black people voted for you 93%. Black women voted for you 93%. Black males voted for you 86%. Within the orders that you signed, where's the stuff for black people? Where's the black stuff at? Huh? You do remember, hello, Clyburn was rocking for you. You do remember, where is the black stuff at?
Oh, that one. Oh, but remember, he had the nerve to get on CNN talk about, well, I don't need reparations. This country doesn't owe me. I said, I know you didn't. Aren't you the same one who lived through civil rights? And you talk about that this country doesn't owe us a debt? I just looked at him and just shook my head. You speak for yourself, Clyburn.
Well, you got to remember that Clyburn comes from a generation that's been trying to be loved and been trying to be accepted and all that kind of stuff. So Clyburn is not our future. Clyburn is our past. Many of your older black politicians, they're our past, they're not our future. But no, I just find it interesting. You know, it's obvious that you can see that Biden has some deficits, and then a lot of people believe that his executive orders, as it relates to prison reform, has somehow transformed prisons. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't, because he never told us what's in the beef stew, what's in the soup. Now he's coming out with orders for discrimination that's affecting people that are of Asian ancestry and Polynesian. But wait a minute, there's already things under civil rights that were put in place that they would get protections under. But then who are the most discriminated in this country? They're people that look like me. So in that order that he wrote, I say again, Joe Biden. Hello, Joe Biden. Hello, sir. Sir, hello. I'm hitting the bell. Hello, sir. Joe Biden. Joe Biden, are you listening to me? Joe Biden, this is Information Man. Information Man from social media, from Hats, from YouTube. How you doing, sir? Oh, how you doing, Information Man? I saw that you signed executive orders for the prisons, mainly the private prisons and the federal prisons, where most of my people are not in those particular prisons at the high numbers. Maybe a little bit of the private prisons. Yeah, you're going to cut your contracts off with doing business with private prisons. Okay, that's good. And then you talked about racial equity. You had Polynesian, you had Asian, but what about us? And then Joe Biden, what's the agenda? You had an all lift all voices in your paper. What is our agenda, sir? What is our agenda, sir? Sir, hello, wait, sir, don't walk away. What is our agenda? What is our agenda?
I mean what I say when I say it. That's probably what he's gonna say. Probably gonna just repeat what he said to those other washed up so-called black leaders. Because I listened to that Zoom call and I said, you telling me not one of y'all had the audacity or the fortitude to be like, hey, you're not gonna talk to us like that. You're not gonna talk to us like we're little kids and disrespect us like that. Because that was just sad. That was just sad. And you talk about, oh, we're the baby boomers and we are the greatest generation. Okay, well, that wasn't looking like greatness if you're not even gonna even confront somebody because they're on their way to the White House.
Wait a minute. Let me play as a reminder what Joe Biden said and don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not a fan of any of these politicians.
No.
I do believe that Donald Trump presidency had some really weird stuff going on in it. Okay, I know there's people that were for him that thought that, well, he didn't do anything. You can ask this question that I hear a lot of black people say. What did Donald Trump do in his presidency that really harmed the black society or black community? But you can say that Joe Biden did something in the crime bill in 1994 that did harm some black communities. And you can say, what has Trump done to harm the black community? Mm-hmm. And I have to admit that is a good argument. But I have to go back to what he did in New York to harm the black community. He harmed those 5 black men, the Central Park 5. He came up with a plan when he was building high-rise apartments. And I think the feds came in and sued him, and his father was pushing this stuff too, Fred Trump, where he came up with the idea that he would make people of color, or people that were black, let's say that he would have them walk behind the building to go inside their apartments. That's why he got in trouble with
Wow.
yeah, see a lot of people a lot of people that be rocking with Trump that's black, they don't understand one of the reasons why he got in trouble with the federal government as it relates to housing discrimination, because one of the things that he wanted to do was to have people that look like me and you, because he had to make some low income apartments in his building. He was going to try to have them go behind the back of the building the way they did black people back in the 50s and 40s and 30s. So while people say, well, what has he done to harm the black community? Well, he's done things in the past to harm the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he even said, what was it? He said he would never have a black person be his accountant. Oh, he said a lot of different. See, people in New York knew who Donald Trump was. They knew Donald Trump very, very well.
Huh.
But remember, Joe Biden said this to us. Remember, Joe Biden said this.
Derek Johnson, president of the NAACP.
Oops. That's not the one I wanted. Let me go here. That's not the one I wanted. Let me see.
Here it comes.
That wasn't the one that I wanted, but it's okay. Let me see here. I'm about to end the program in just 1 minute. Let me see if I can find this clip. Maybe I don't have it. Let me see here. Oh, here it is. Remember he said this when he was talking to my man in the Breakfast Club?
Problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Oh yeah, Charlotte. Oh, the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
That was something else.
Yeah.
That was something else.
Well, I guess I'm just not black because I sure didn't vote for you, and if you run again in 2024, I'm still not gonna vote for you. So.
Right.
I guess I must be the blackest white woman I guess you've ever seen. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
according to him.
Yeah. Well, back to the basics. I'm about to end the program now, and I appreciate everybody for coming over today. We got 162 watching. Peace to all of you out there, everybody in the chat room. Thank you. I may or may not. I may come back for a late night show again tonight. I may. Just feels like depends on how I feel. But peace to everybody out there listening. This is the Information Man show and podcast. Thank you. And back to the basics. Take care of yourself too.
All right. You do the same. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace and blessings. And let's get on out of here if we can, and let's do it. Peace, everybody. I want to thank everybody for listening to me and taking the time on all the social medias, whether you're on Periscope, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. Thank you for coming over and watching the program. I may be back later on tonight.
The descent is still my favorite part.
Take care.
Easy to end and hard for me to start. You don't wanna feel that part of me that's cold and numb with apathy. Cause when I feel that way, I can't.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
I can't trust nobody. Nobody. I can't trust nobody. Nobody.
Our reaction is coming in. That's where we stand here at 4 o'clock tonight. The shooting of the
Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Stretch out my hand to you and take down your blindfold. Imagine that I reach out to you, but I'm young and still prideful. Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Where the fuck does your mind go? Where the fuck did the time go? Small talk kept the lights so. Cut to the chase, get out my face. Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Stretch out my hand to you and take down your blindfold. Imagine that I reach out to you, but I'm young and still prideful. Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Where the fuck does your mind go? Where the fuck did the time go? Small talk, kept the lights so. Cut to the chase, get out my face. Look in the mirror, look at your face. See that it's destiny, see that it's fate. Wash off the mess of me from yesterday. Hit the sativa, caffeine in the play. As a superhero stand beside when I'm feeling down. But I'm optimistic that I can turn it all round. Maybe if you felt my pain, you know how strong I am. Make this shit look easy, swear it's hard to stand. I didn't make no time for falling. It was never in my plan. Examination, recall, rehold, that's just who I am. Are you checking on me? Are your checks secured? Are you betting on me? Or is my enemy preferred? Are you down to ride? Can I really trust your word? Can I really trust your word? 'Cause I needed you to be mindful of. Needed you to be mindful.
You are listening
Stretch
to
out my hand to
Information
you.
Man. Please make sure
Take
to
down your
subscribe to his channel.
blindfold.
Information is power.
Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Where the fuck does your mind go? Where the fuck did the time go? Small talk kept the lights so. Cut to the chase, get on my face. Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Stretch out my hand to you. Take down your blindfold. Imagine that I reach out to you. I'm young and still prideful. Needed you to be mindful of me. Needed you to be mindful. Where the fuck does your mind go? Where the fuck did the time go? Small talk at the lights so. Cut to the chase, get out my face.